And the dogs would like to say good morning to you. Vinny, you want to say good morning? I've had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. He's thinking about his day. Nolan's at the window. Come here, Nolan. I think there's security. They're checking out who is in the neighborhood right now. Here's our book, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Viorst and illustrated by Ray Cruz. And this is dedicated to Robert Lesher with love and thanks. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard by mistake. I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. A terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Come here. You want to come say hi? Come on back. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. Can you try that? I think I'll move to Australia. Maybe with this hat, I could fly off to Australia. What do you think? With a propeller? In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said, if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. A terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I think I'll move to Australia. You see how I did that? I slid all the way up high, all the way down low, like coming down a slide. I think I'll move to Australia. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Well, who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. A terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I think I'll move to Australia. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said Philip Parker was his best friend and Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. What do you think, Becker? You want to go? You want to come up? Come on. Come on. Come on. You want to see it? You want to see the book? Good boy. Oh, you both want to see the book? Okay. Come up and see the book. Here you go. See it? You like it? On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot while we were watching for my mom to get the car. Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud, and Nick said I was a crybaby. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back to the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. Probably not the best choices, right? I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everyone. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes, and Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones, but they can't make me wear them.